Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I wasn't sure if I was going to come on today or not. Alexis had asked me, and I wasn't sure. I've made seasonings before, but I wanted to make one again that people did not know, that I did not watch me make it before. And this is, if anybody knows about, hi, sweetie, good to see you. And if anybody knows about Old El Paso, they have taco seasonings in the store. Well, their taco seasoning's got a lot of crap in it that you don't want to eat. You don't want to put in your body. So let me go ahead and share this out. And then, then I'll tell you what I'm putting in it. And I've got everything on my counter here that I need, and I've got them all in order according to the. Hi, Valerie, good to see you. Welcome, and welcome, Phyllis. Good to see you. I'm going to use my use this. I think I've got. Let's see. I think I've got to get a half a teaspoon. I'll use that one as well. I believe there's a half a teaspoon one here. Yeah. Okay. And then there's a quarter, so I make sure I get these all. There we go. Half. Okay. All right. Hi, good to see you. All right. First of all, I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of chili powder. And this is the prep. I'm going to put this down so you can see. Oh, good to see you too. I'm going to use my prep bowl, Pampered Chef prep bowl. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of chili powder in here. Basically what you do is just put all these ingredients in here and just mix them together. And that makes your taco seasoning. Then you can make tacos, and this seasoning, you don't have to be vegan to even make it. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Okay, and half a teaspoon of onion powder. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. The garlic powder is almost gone. I think I better buy me some more. These are all real good flavors that you use all the time. Put that on later. And let's see, half a teaspoon of salt. And everybody knows I use sea salt. Paprika, half a teaspoon of paprika, and then you got a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Hi to everybody that's come in, welcome. And a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. And I'll get a little spoon, and I'll basically you just stir them all together. Hi, good to see you. Hi, Yvette, good to see you in here. Oh, this smells really good. And here is your Old El Paso taco seasoning. As simple as that to make. Very, very simple. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. So when you make tacos, you can make your own seasoning. You don't have to buy out of the store, because you don't know what they've got in the store, and making it yourself, these are all good products. Your chili powder, cumin is really good. This is a real good thing to have too. Anything that calls for cumin, I'm on it. Although you got to be careful that you don't overextend on the cumin. Oh, whoops! Wait a minute. I gotta block that one. We gotta block that one. Hi, Alexis. You'll have to watch the replay, but here's the Old El Paso taco seasoning, and I'll tell you what I put in it, Alexis. It's got 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Basic, and I just use the prep bowl and put the lid on it, and this will be nice because I make tacos a lot. You can put your own seasoning on it, and it'll taste just as good as the store. Back even better than what they have in the store. I wasn't sure I was going to come on today, and I started looking through my recipes, and I thought, well, I do remember I did make a taco seasoning before, but I didn't make Old El Paso, which is a little bit darker than the other one. So I wanted to show you that you can make your own Old El Paso, because I know Old El Paso's in the stores, and I'm sure it's got a lot of chemicals in it you don't want. So you want to be able to make your own. So I'm going to hold this up and let you see. Doesn't that look good? You just basically put it all in your bowl and just mix it together. And that's what you have is your taco seasoning. Old El Paso taco seasoning. And it's going to make your tacos, I'm sure it's going to make your tacos very, very good. Yeah, it does now, doesn't it? It sounds really good for today. I already had my lunch, so I fixed some more of my stew and had a baked potato. Oh, thank you. So I'll probably fix this for myself, maybe on, fix a taco for me tomorrow or whatever. And I'm going to ask you, what's you guys' okay, all these seasonings sitting here. What is the seasoning that you use the most? When you make anything, what is your favorite seasoning and what is the one that you use the most? I think mine is cumin. I seem to use that more than anything. Well, yeah, garlic. Use garlic as well. I forgot about that. I use garlic. Oh, garlic powder, yeah. And I do use garlic too because I also have the garlic press. So I use garlic, a lot of garlic. Garlic is really good for you. But I think when it comes to the dry seasonings, cumin is what I seem to use the most of in my recipes. That or turmeric. Turmeric is also good too, but it can be very, very strong. So you got to watch on the turmeric too, because that's overpowering. You don't want to get overpowering. Onion powder, yep. Onion powder is good. Yep. My daughter said onion powder. Onion powder is good too. Yep. Garlic powder and onion powder. You all have real good ideas because I agree with you. All of those, everyone that you mentioned are all good. You really can't pick one, although I think the cumin is the one I use the most of. I can't say it's my favorite, but that's the one I use the most of. But I do like the garlic powder. I do like the onion powder. And I do like using garlic because I use the garlic press. And welcome, Tom. Good to see you. Because I use the garlic press. And I use that. That is my go-to. And I love that thing. And I'll be anxious to get all my Pampered Chef stuff so I can, hi, good to see you, welcome. So that I can come in here and I can scope it when I get it. Alexa said it hasn't shipped yet, but maybe by tonight it'll ship. So that's good. And I saved quite a bit of money hosting a party. So it does pay to host a party if you possibly can because you'll save a lot of money in the end. Wooden spoon, I don't know anything about that. Now Pampered Chef does have a lid that's a boil over no more. I don't know anything about a spoon, but they do have a lid that you can put on your pots and pans to keep your potato water, whatever you're cooking, from boiling over, which I use. I've used it already, and I got the large one, and then when I ordered my stuff from Pampered Chef the other day, I wanted the little one because I wanted it for the different size pans I have. But that keeps your stuff from boiling over. I highly recommend that. If you don't have that boil over no more, get that because it really, really keeps your stuff from boiling over. I've never heard of that. Put it over the top of the pot and it won't boil. It works. No boil over. Try it. Oh, let's see what they said. Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to give that a try, but I do have the boil over no more that I've got from Pampered Chef, and I love that thing, so I use it. Andrew told you about it? Wow. My oldest grandson told my daughter about it. I never knew that. Well, he taught me something today. I don't know. My daughter says it does work. I guess if you don't have a way to keep it from boiling over, boil over no more, just use a wooden spoon. Sit it on top of your pot and it won't boil over. I've got plenty of wooden spoons. I never thought of that before. See, coming in here, You learn something from me, and I learn something from you. Oh, it keeps, yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right, Alexis. It keeps the heat inside. It'll go up to the top of your boil over lid, but it won't come out, because if I have a tendency, and I've done this many times, be cooking potatoes in my pot, my two-quart saucepan, and I'll go in the living room to do something on my computer, and all of a sudden I hear it boiling over. It is all over my stove. I didn't lose all the water, but I lost enough, and I thought, oh, good grief. So now with the boil over, you can just place it on there and forget it. You know, of course, you better make sure that you don't burn your potatoes and cook them too much. But you don't have to worry about it boiling over. I like that idea. It is the coolest thing ever. You know, Pampered Chef has a lot of, hi, good to see you. I've got quite a few things coming from Pampered Chef. 24 different items coming when I do the unboxing. So I'll be unboxing for a while, probably 3-4 boxes. But it pays to host a show. If you're not a follower of Alexis, follow her. She's in here right now. And if you want to be a consultant, get in touch with her. Or you want to host a party, get in touch with her. My daughter's going to be hosting a party in this month. And she'll get you set up, because you can get some very good products just by hosting a party. And you get 10% off too for the year. You can't beat that just for being a host. So you really can't beat it. And Pampered Chef has a lifetime guarantee of their products. Of course, these mats here aren't going to have a lifetime guarantee like everything else, because these are going to get all scratched up, and you're going to have to eventually throw them away and get new ones. But this does protect your counter from any cuts with your knife, because I use this all the time. Because if you get cuts with your knife, you cut into your cupboard, you have to replace your cupboard. That might be $10,000. Who can afford to pay for a cupboard and $10,000? I've had to do that in one of my rentals already on the one side of the duplex, and it was expensive. Hi, Tammy, good to see you. Yep, I'm not cooking tonight. Just made the taco seasoning mix, but I will post this up on Facebook, and I'll give you the recipe as well, because I know people are going to want to make this themselves. And then you'll have plenty of tacos. And this would probably last a long time. And then you go back and make some more. Because basically, everything I put in here is stuff that you have in your cupboard anyway. All your spices. Your cumin, your chili powder, your oregano, your paprika, your garlic powder, and your onion powder, salt. You keep that all in your cupboard anyway. So it's just real simple to make it yourself. Oh, you've learned to make your own seasonings too? Good, good. Because I mean, when you make them yourself, you at least know what you have. You don't have to worry about looking at the ingredients and saying, "Now, what is in here?" Oh, you can't comment. Okay, Alexis, that's all right. Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. Hi, Missing Mouse. Good to see you. Hi, Vanita. Good to see you. Those that are just coming in, this is the old El Paso taco seasoning I just made. This is very simple to make. All it has in it is chili powder, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, paprika, and oregano. Oh, you're right. There's an awful lot of sodium. And I only put, let's see, what did I put in there? Just a quarter teaspoon, and I use sea salt. There is so much in there. But if you do it yourself, you can regulate how much salt you want in it, or maybe you can make it without any. That's totally up to you. But when you buy it pre-made like that, you have to settle for the way they made it. You know, and if it's got too much salt in it, you can't stand it. Yeah, I use sea salt for everything. I really do. I love sea salt. But I like making my own seasonings or whatever it is I'm making, because I can govern what I put in it. I can have control. You know, and I know what I put in it. You know, you don't have to put any salt in it. This is only a quarter teaspoon. That isn't much. I don't know how much they put in what's in the store, but I can imagine it's an awful, awful lot. And when you can't control it that way when you buy it in the store. Make it yourself so you can control the amount that you put in. Like Alexis, she makes her own thing so she can control everything that she puts in her food. You know, if she doesn't want a lot of salt, and like she said, she has a problem with her hands. If she has just too much salt, she has a. So if you have that problem, don't put a lot of salt in it. Cut back, because a lot of salt isn't good for you anyway. You know, so you got to be careful. Yeah, Alexis is driving at the moment. So if she doesn't answer you back, it's not because she's ignoring you. She's driving and you cannot text and drive. When she gets home, then she'll come on and she'll text. But please, by all means, try to make your own products if at all possible. You have fun doing it. It's fun looking for them. Now, I had this recipe in my book for a while, and I was going through it because Alexis had messaged me and asked me if I was going to come on Periscope, and I says I wasn't sure. And then I got to thinking, well, there's a seasoning in there I've never made. I can make that and see if people want to make it. It's very simple. I know it's dark, just like your old Paso, but it's got a lot better things in there for you. You know, I'll be making a lot of tacos, you know, and flavoring it up. No, I'm not making tacos, just the seasoning. I do make tacos periodically, though, but this is just the seasoning for the tacos. Go ahead and make your tacos if you want to, and put this seasoning that I just made on it. It's going to taste a lot better. And you can govern how much taco seasoning you put on your tacos, too. That's another thing. You can govern how much that you put on it. You know, put very little, or, you know, because some of the things that you make the tacos, you put the whole package in. What I'll use in my tacos in place of meat, I can use lentils, beans. I can put beans like chickpeas or black beans, maize, kidney beans. I can use beans in place of meat. Lentils I use very good too. Lentils are real good for. I'm not sure quinoa would be, but lentils would be real good in tacos. I've made lentil tacos already, I believe. So I just take whatever I have, and I don't really care for them too much. But if I can put them in something and have other things mixed with it, it's okay. I just don't care for the taste of black beans. I think when I make tacos, maybe tomorrow after I get home from church or whatever, I'll put kidney beans in it. Oh yes, I did. I made potato tacos not too long ago. They were delicious potatoes. You use ground turkey. Well, I don't eat any meat, so I don't use turkey or chicken since I'm a vegan, so I don't use any meat at all. You don't have to have the meat. You got the protein in your beans, you know, in your grains. Just use lentils or chickpeas or black beans, cannellini beans, or any kind of beans you want for your tacos. There's, you know, you could use anything you want because it's not set in stone. Some of the recipes, you see them and you think, do I have to really make it that way? Hi, good to see you. Welcome. But you don't. I have, yes. I would prefer to make my own. I do eat garden burgers, but there again, there's a lot of chemicals in there. You got to be so careful. It's best to make your own from scratch because you know what you're putting into it. You've got the recipe. You can look it up. You know. I don't even care about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, no, I have nothing to do. I want nothing to do with the Super Bowl. I'm not a sports fan. I want nothing to do with it. I could care less. I wish they'd do away with it. I could care less. I'm not making anything for the Super Bowl. It's just me here. So if I choose not to make anything, that's, you know, that's my prerogative. But nope, I don't make anything for the Super Bowl. People go all crazy for that, and it's just a game, you know. It's just so funny. Oh, wow. Yeah, so, I mean, to me, the Super Bowl is just a dumb game. Who wants to see a bunch of guys in funny suits and helmets running around tackling each other trying to get a ball? I mean, good grief, that's so stupid. But they make so big deal out of it, the Super Bowl. Now, I know it's this Sunday, make big deal out of it, and people will, you know, have parties and everything. I could care less. That is not my main focus. You're right. Waste of money. Absolutely, it's a waste of money. And the commercials, I guess the halftime commercials they use are worth millions of dollars. Man, it's worth they're millions of dollars. That's a lot of money they're throwing away. It makes no sense at all to be throwing their money away on a football game and these stupid halftime commercials. What the hey? Anyway, it's stupid. Money could be well spent for helping people that need help, like the homeless, those that are destitute. Not throwing it away on a stupid football game that means nothing. That's exactly right. It could go other places. It could help. It'd help the starving people of the world in the country and other countries. Not putting their money in football. That's right. It could for poor people. Absolutely. I don't agree that they should take their money and waste it. Yeah, you got $1 million or more on a stupid halftime commercial, and it's probably not very long at that. And to throw their money away on that, it's a big waste of time, a big waste of money, and I could care less. I never have liked football. Growing up, I never watched it. I have not liked it at all. My son got involved with it as he got older. He's finally gotten out of football now. He doesn't watch it as much because what it did is it took his focus off of his family, took his focus off of the things that are really important. So he doesn't even bother with football anymore. And that's maybe a good thing. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life, and I don't want it. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's a very good thing, though. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money. So if they can get you to buy the products that they're promoting, that's what they're going to do. But it's that there are a lot of starving people out there in the world, and to take their money on a game that's useless and spend it on a football game, and I don't know who's playing, and I could care less. But anyway, I imagine that football stadium is going to be packed to the hilt, not one seat left. And people out there rooting for a football team that makes no sense. It's dumb. It's very, very dumb. Well, it does a little bit because football is meaningless. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. It is meaningless. It really is. Yeah, you're right. It's a violent game because they do get hurt. Even though they have helmets on, they can and do get hurt. I do not like violence, and why they promote football when it's violent, it's beyond me. I have no idea. It's so stupid. That's right. Well, that they could give the money. Those players make millions of dollars. You're absolutely right. What are they doing with those dollars? Who knows? But people are just throwing their money away. I can imagine it is. Why throw your money away on something as stupid as a football game? It makes no sense. It's here today and gone tomorrow. Yes, I made some El Paso taco seasoning, and right here it is. It has chili powder in it, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, paprika, and oregano. Very simple ingredient stuff that you have in your cupboard. You just take them and put them in your bowl. This is a prep bowl from Pampered Chef. Wow. Crazy is right. $1,500 a night. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that's sad, They shouldn't be thinking about giving, or they should think about giving to the poor at any time, not just when they're told to, because it's a waste of money. That money for that halftime commercial there on Sunday could go a long ways. But they don't think about that. They only think about getting people to buy what they're offering. I could care less. I probably wouldn't need anything anyway. And you won't find. Well, I don't watch TV as it is. But even if I did, that's one time I won't put the TV on for the Super Bowl. Forget it. It's not worth my time and energy to sit there and watch a bunch of guys running around in helmets and a padded uniform, chasing each other down, trying to get a stupid ball. It makes no sense. The game doesn't make any sense to me anyway. You're right. Absolutely. But they don't think about that. They really, really don't. They really don't think about that. They only think about their pocketbooks, and they're going to make millions of dollars just by the people in that ballpark, just by watching that Super Bowl, going there and sitting there and watching it. How much money they're going to make from that? Oh, tremendous amount. Way too much. that money could be well spent elsewhere, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, those coming in, this is my taco seasoning. It's something that's easy to make. If you make it yourself, you don't have to worry about all the chemicals that you find in your other ingredients. You know, you look at the ingredients on your products that you buy in the store. You'd be surprised how many chemicals are in them. Way too many chemicals. I want to make it, but I haven't done it yet. It's going to take a little work. I don't like rolling things out because it takes a rolling pin. I do have the stuff to make it. I'm going to try to make some tortillas. I do have a recipe for it. I just haven't decided when I'm going to do it yet and how they're going to turn out. I'm a little hesitant to even try it because some of my, well, not a lot of them, but some of my recipes kind of flop. And I don't want to have things flopping like that. But if it does, it does. But at least it's simple to make. I mean, it's just got a few ingredients that you're in your cupboard. Everybody would have this in there. Have you know, your chili powder and your cumin and that in your cupboard. Yeah, you'll have to watch the replay. I can tell you what I did put in it. Well, I didn't post them up on Facebook because they pretty much all fell apart. Now they taste okay, but they fell apart. I don't know if it was negligent on my part or what it was, but until I can get that recipe where they won't fall apart, I won't be doing those, putting them on Facebook anyway. I mean, they taste okay, but fall apart, you know. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, people want to know what's in the taco seasoning. I'll tell you. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. I think so. I have to play around with the recipe. I'd rather play around with the recipe and not come in here so I can get it right. Oh, she forgot the seasoning? Well, how apropos that is. She forgot the seasoning. Now you can make it yourself and you'll have the seasoning. And it's going to taste a lot better than what you buy in the store. Absolutely. You know, I guess I came in at a pretty good time because you know, that's real easy to forget stuff. I go to the store and forget stuff all the time. I mean to go there and get something. And you know something? It's on my mind what I'm supposed to get. But I'll come home and I'll say, oh no, I go and get everything else, you know, probably more stuff than I really need sometimes. But I go there to get a certain item and I end up coming home without it, but getting a lot of other stuff. So it happens. I've had it happen to me before. I've had it happen to me before. But I'm glad I came in here and did this because she forgot the taco seasoning. Now you have the recipe. And you'll be able to make it yourself. If you want to write the recipe down, you just write it down and make it yourself. Just mix it up in a little bowl and put a little lid on it. And you can put as much taco seasoning on your tacos as you want. Because I like tacos. I'm not Mexican, but I still like tacos because I like to make my own tacos. You know, because I have the tortillas and I have the shells, so I can make either one. But this will make real good seasoning for the taco. Like I said, you don't have to be vegan to even make it. It looks good, and I know it's going to taste good. It's something that is simple to make, and it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if you didn't want to count the salt, it's actually got 6 ingredients not counting the salt, and there's 7 counting the salt. So that's not much, and they're all healthy for you. Every one of these seasonings you'd have in your cupboard, and you use them. Oh, hi, good to see you. Here's I made El Paso taco seasoning. What are the ingredients? All right, I'll tell you what they are. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. That's all it has in it. And then you just mix them up in your dish and see what you get, just like that. Very simple to make. And these are spices that you would have in your cupboard anyway. I mean, I'm always finding more spices to use, and this helps get rid of your spices as well. It's simple to make. What you find, I have never looked at the ingredients on the El Paso little package, but I can imagine it's got the wrong. No, I'm not cooking today. I made an El Paso taco seasoning. I'm not actually cooking today. This is what I made today. It's not cooking. It's just showing you how you can make this. I'm taking a day off from this cooking today and tomorrow. I don't cook on Sabbath either. I'll come back on Sunday and do it. But this is very simple to make. If you like tacos, now who doesn't like tacos? Yeah, well, you could put tartar sauce on it if you want to, but I don't see why not. Use whatever seasonings you want. It's not set in stone. If you would rather use Italian seasoning than one of these other seasonings, go ahead and try it. You might like it better. These are the ingredients that they had in the recipe. I use it just the way it said. If I find it a little bit spicy the next time when I make it, then I'll just maybe cut back one of them or take one out and use something else. But they're not set in stone, so tweak it to your liking and make it your own. Make it the way you want. But I happen to like this. I think this looks good. I mean, it looks dark like the old El Paso, but yet it's better for you because it would have better ingredients in it than what the taco seasoning in the store would have in it. You look at those ingredients in the store. I imagine they probably don't have as much as this. And if it does, it has a lot of extra stuff in it that you really don't need. I don't want to put things in my body that I don't need. I want to put stuff in there that are going to be healthy for me. And this is going to be okay because this stuff, this is stuff that you have in your cupboard anyway. Stuff that you would ordinarily use from day to day, you know, because I use a lot of spices to make different things. I use a lot of cumin. I use turmeric. I use a lot of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, oregano. So this was okay because I already had these spices in my cupboard. Just get them out and put them in here and make your spice. Add them all together and make your seasoning. And it looks very, very healthy. It's going to be okay because it's going to flavor the tacos up real good. And like I said, you take the taco seasoning, you can just put as much taco seasoning as you want. A little bit or a lot. It's your preference, whatever you want. But I know it's going to flavor the tacos up better. And I've been forgetting that to make some taco seasoning where I can put on my tacos. I know it's been lacking something. Well, this will make it taste a lot better that way because you can add a little more flavor. Because I don't like stuff that's real bland. But without taco seasoning on it, I think it becomes too bland. So, what are you guys planning on doing this weekend? I'm going to ask that question. I'm going to kind of get to know you a little bit better. What you guys going to do this weekend? Not besides the Super Bowl, what are you planning for this weekend? Are you going to sit home and just stretch out on the couch, or what you going to do? I pretty much know what my daughter's going to do. She's got her family to take care of. She's got 2 boys and a husband to take care of. But me, I'm just going to be chilling. Of course, tomorrow I go to church. And I want to say something right now, and I was going to do a Periscope on it after church tomorrow, but I'm going to inform you that I'm doing 2 Periscopes tomorrow because Erlene asked me if I would kindly Periscope my son's trip to the Holy Land. He's going to be giving his presentation on the trip to the Holy Land tomorrow, and I plan on Periscoping it so everybody can see where he went, and he's going to tell about the different areas of the Holy Land that he was in. I've already seen most of the pictures, but I'm going tomorrow to do Periscope it so people can get an idea where he was at and picture yourself there. So be thinking about that tomorrow. It'll be 4 o'clock my time, which would be 7 o'clock Erlene's time. Sabbath will be over. It won't be over here till 6 o'clock tomorrow, but at least I'm going to go and take care of Periscope that, then come on home because they're having a meal afterwards, and I'm not going to stay for that because I want to get home before dark. So I'm just going to go and Periscope it and then come back home. But anyway, what are y'all planning on doing this weekend? Are you going to just chill? Or are you going to hi Cheryl, good to see you. Welcome. Are you going to chill? Or I know a lot of people are probably going to watch the Super Bowl. Everybody looks forward to that Super Bowl. This happens to be hi, good to see you. I didn't do any cooking today. I just made a seasoning, but I thought, well, I would show you exactly how to make this taco seasoning. It's old El Paso. Made it from scratch. Yeah, there you're right. Just going to chill. We have some rotten weather coming. My ex-husband told me this morning, Sunday we got rain and snow coming. Well, I checked the weather, and my daughter just had that stuff, and now we're going to get it. We got rain and snow mix coming. There's going to be 90% chance. They say not much snow, but I'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But we've got some bad weather coming, and I'm sure not going to get out in it if it is going to be real bad weather. I'll stay home. So I'm definitely going to chill in that and keep working on Erlene's hat. I've been working on it today a little bit, off and on, taking a break from it and then go back to work on it. But basically that's what I do, and do things on my iPad and stuff like that. I do watch YouTube videos, and right now what I've been doing is I've been watching YouTube videos on getting an idea on some of the things, some of the products that Pampered Chef has, getting an idea of how they work. So I'm watching YouTube videos on them, like the quick cooker, because I'll be getting that, and it's got 16 different settings, auto program settings. I'm watching that and getting an idea how to use it. It looks simple enough, so I'm anxious to get that, because I definitely am going to use it and cook rice in it for you guys on Periscope, because it shouldn't take all that long. Probably in quinoa, lentils, it'll go a lot quicker than putting it on the stove. I mean, you can put the stuff on the stove, but like me, I burned my rice the other day by putting it on the stove and forgetting to watch it. I burned it up. But I love the fact that I can get that and use that, you know, because I like pressure cookers. Some people are scared of them, but don't be scared of something like that. They're not all that intimidating. They might seem to be, but they're not really. But what is you guys' weather there right now? What kind of temperatures are you having? Are you cold? Are you on the warm side? Do you have snow? Do you have rain? Or are you sunny or cloudy, or what is it? Right now, let's see. We're kind of cloudy a little bit. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow. Our bad weather isn't supposed to hit till Sunday. Yeah, you're 47. We were high of 65 yesterday, which was a very good day. It was beautiful out there. Almost felt like a summer day. I don't know what we're going to be today, what we are right now. I haven't checked, but we're a little bit warmer than. We were 46 when I walked the dogs this morning, so I'm assuming we're probably in the 60s again. It feels pretty warm, so we're getting right back up there, and that's good though. I don't like the snow, and if we do get a lot of snow, which we shouldn't, they say we're only going to get about an inch or less than an inch. I intend to Periscope that, because it's something to see snow here in Oregon when I'm not used to seeing it. This is the area I live in. We don't get it here, but Eastern Oregon does. They get lots and lots of snow. The reason we don't get the snow here is because we're closer to the ocean. We're close to the Pacific Ocean, so we do not get the snow here. The people that are further away from the Pacific Ocean will get it. Oh, wonderful. In the 60s over the weekend. Wow. 21 degrees in New York City. Well, I know you guys get such cold weather. You haven't had it rough. That's, you know, that boggles my mind. Most of the area, the country, has had real good weather up until now. You know, around Christmas time, you didn't have snow or anything like that. Boy, now January hits, and now you got February, and then you get all the snow and the inclement weather that you can get. It really is crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. I know everybody's going to be glad when it's all over with. It seems like winter is way too long. I don't know what you think about it, but it's way too long, especially for those that have really sub-zero temperatures. We don't have sub-zero temperatures here very often, although we can get them. We've had minus 10 already, which is really, really cold for here. And oh my goodness, yeah, like I said, you can't go outside without bundling up, and you can't wear enough clothes to keep warm. That's just the problem. I know you don't want it anymore. You've had enough, because, I mean, you had a foot of snow, and it's almost gone. But, you know, it is what it is. You live in an area where you get a lot of snow. We come from Indiana, and Indiana's really bad for a lot of snow. Northern Indiana, lots of snow. Wow. Yeah, 40s and 50s. It will seem like a heat wave. Absolutely. But how long is it going to last? That's the point. You might have it for a few days, but then you get right back down to being cold again. We're going to have cold temperatures and snow and rain for maybe a week or so, and then it's going to go back up to where it's at now. So it's not going to last. But I just don't like the idea it's even coming. I wish the weather report would be wrong. It might change between now and then. Who knows? I keep tabs on it, because I want to make sure that if I do need something at the store, I'll get out and get it before that bad weather hits. I always do that because I do not want to be caught in that stuff. I've been known to be caught in it before. And one year, my ex-husband and I used to own a business in Salem, Oregon. And that was a long story on that thing. But anyway, we only lived an hour from Salem when we went to come home in Vancouver, Washington. Would you know that there was black ice and we didn't realize how bad the roads were? We went to go home one day and it took us, instead of an hour to get home, it took us 4 hours because it was only 10 mile an hour the traffic was going. Oh, that was awful. So that black ice is something very, very treacherous. You don't see it until you come upon it and then you start spinning out like I did the one time. And it's scary because you freak out. Now, there was one time in Indiana, I had my kids, I think I had both the kids with me, and I was trying to stop at a stoplight, and I was driving a pickup truck, and the thing spun around 90 degrees. It went the opposite direction from the way I came, and I was getting petrified. Well, how am I going to get this thing turned back around to get back to where I was going again? I managed to get it back the way it was supposed to go, but I think my daughter can remember that on Highway 2, but oh, it was terrible. I felt like, oh man, it was icy and snow and oh, you remember that? Yeah, I thought you would. It was just mute that one. That one's not even. Yeah, thank you, dear. That person didn't know anything about it. But anyway, that was awful. It was terrible. But you know, it is what it is. You know, we can't govern the weather. We can't say, well, I don't like. I want to do something about it. We can't. We just have to deal with it. It's going to be over soon enough. When March rolls around, we're going to have our spring, March 20th, 21st, something like that. So it'll be spring soon enough. So yeah, I can hold on. It's less than 2 months away. Got about probably a month and a half before we get to spring weather. So I figure I can live with it because it's going to get better, and we shouldn't get any more snow at all. Yeah, hurry spring is right. I don't know if you can hear Chewy. He's back in the bedroom. I think he must be barking at a fly. But anyway, hurry up spring. It's going to be here pretty soon. It just seems like it drags on and drags on and drags on. It doesn't come fast enough to suit me, especially when we have rotten weather coming up. Now, like I said, the weather we've had so far, I haven't minded it. I didn't care how fast spring came. But when we start getting rain, freezing rain, and we get snow, I don't want that. I want the spring to come as fast as it possibly can. Take me out of this stuff, get me out of here. But as one movie said, it says, stop the world, I want to get off. Basically I want to get out of this winter weather. But, we're going to have winter. Not much we can do about it. We have to deal with it. But my daughter's managed to deal with it pretty much. If it gets real bad, and she has to drive at night to pick her husband up, she just goes and has him bring an Uber home, which makes more sense because the Uber will get him home safely unless they miss their exit, like she said he did the other night, miss the exit getting home. But it's safer for her because she has to get the boys out, and she doesn't want to get them out either because it's so cold. They got lost. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here is my taco seasoning. I'm doing just fine. This is a Old El Paso taco seasoning. It's very simple to make. It's only got 7 spices in it. I'm going to post it up on Facebook so everybody can see it. Yeah, that it costs a fortune. You're right. It does. Absolutely costs a fortune. Who wants that, But like I said the other day, they don't use salt here. So therefore the vehicles don't rust out here like they do, in the Midwest, East Coast. They just don't rust out. Because in Indiana, we had always problem with our vehicles rusting out. I mean, get big holes in them, and then you have to go and replace them. But you got to keep that rust off of there. But here they just don't do it. And like my daughter says, they use beet juice or a beet mixture. Never heard of that. But if everybody did that, I think that would keep the cars. Be a lot safer for cars because it's so corrosive. And it's not good for your tires either. It's very corrosive. And chains. Some places you can't use chains. I think they do here in the mountains, but everywhere else you're not allowed to use chains. I think that I don't agree with the chains because it tears your roads up. Digs into your roads, and then what good are they? And then it costs an arm and a leg to get them fixed. Then who has to pay for it? The taxpayers. I wouldn't want that. So I don't have any chains, and I'm not going to have any. Yeah, I know what you better. Yeah, you better right. You're right, sweetie. That's right. That's tomorrow. The groundhog better not see his shadow. I don't know if it always means that once he sees his shadow, there's another 6 more weeks of winter. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's really holds true most of the time, but that's right. That is tomorrow. And well, Punxsutawney Phil. We don't know if he'll see his shadow or not. They have to coax him out of the hole. Every year they go to Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney Phil go to Pennsylvania and coax the groundhog out of his hole to see if you see his shadow. Kind of dumb, but they're trying to say what the weather's going to be. But the beaver doesn't always get it right either. You know, he could be totally wrong. He can see his shadow and still not end up being winter that much longer. So I don't think it really matters. You know, but still, you know, I know what you mean because. People wait to see if he sees his shadow. I hope he doesn't either, but, well, only time will tell. Anyway, I think that I've talked long enough, and I've showed you this. I'm going to put her post up on Facebook. I bet you are. Sick of it. I'm going to go for a little bit. I'm going to post this up on Facebook so you guys can see what it looks like. Give you the ingredients so you can make it yourself. And go and have tacos this weekend. And put this taco seasoning on it and tell me how you liked it. Because I'm sure that it's going to taste a lot better once you buy it in the store. You will never have to buy it in the store again. Just keep your spices on hand. And these spices last me a long time. The bottle size is 2.3 ounces. But it lasts a long time. Because you don't use a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon depending on what the recipe calls for. So you don't use that much at once. It does. Yeah. Oh, DVDs of Caddyshack. That's funny. I didn't think of it that way, but you're probably right. People will sit there and watch Caddyshack or something, you know, and sit there and watch DVDs when that Punxsutawney Phil, you know. That's funny. I've never heard of it that way, but that's funny. I think that's cute. Anyway, I'm going to go for now, and I'll come on again tomorrow for church, and I'll come on tomorrow afternoon. If you're interested in watching my son's Israeli trip to the Holy Land, be sure and come in, invite your followers, because you're going to see something that you have never seen before. If you've never been to Israel, it's a sight to behold. The pictures are beautiful. I really loved to watch them on Christmas. Going to get to watch them again, so... Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, that was just too funny. But anyway, I'm going to go for now. And I'll come back on twice tomorrow. Like I said, I'll come on tomorrow for the church scope and then the afternoon scope when I scope my son's Holy Land tour. So be watching for both of those. And in the meantime, I hope your night and the rest of your day goes great. Thank you to all the live viewers that came in here as well as the replay viewers. And I hope you'll have a wonderful and marvelous day, the rest of it. Take care. God bless. And until we meet again, bye-bye.